Face Off is an intense game mode that requires quick reflexes, precise aim, and of course, teamwork. The mode pits 2 teams of 3 players against each other at a fast pace. The game's objective is simple. We've all played these game modes in 6v6, but just in case you forgot, here's a reminder. Eliminate the other team to win the round in Team Deathmatch, collecting the most tags in Kill Confirmed, and scoring the highest amount of points in Domination by holding flags or points, whatever the community is calling it these days. That's pretty much how you play Face Off in a nutshell. What sets Face Off apart from other game modes is that it's played on smaller scale maps. This means that players will need to be strategic in their movements and utilize cover to avoid getting taken out by their opponents. The smaller maps also make for more intense and action-packed gameplay as players are forced into close quarters combat. Another unique aspect of Face Off is that it allows players to choose their own personal loadouts before the match begins. This means that players can tailor their loadout to their play style and the map that they are playing on. This adds a new level of strategy to the game as players will need to consider the strengths and weaknesses of their loadout and how it will work on the map they are playing on. Now that we know what we are working with, let's talk about some tips and tricks that can turn you into an absolute face-off demon. So number 1, do not camp. This is one game mode in Modern Warfare 2 that will punish you for camping. Yes, you heard me right. Modern Warfare 2 punishes you for camping in this mode. Even in Team Camp Match. I mean Team Deathmatch, my bad. Even if you're playing against a team that isn't partied up, the second you shoot your gun, with these maps being so small, everyone in the lobby knows your location. So do not camp. You can probably get away with it in every other game mode in Modern Warfare 2 though, and I'm sure most of the community knows that by now. Number 2, we have the 2 submachine gun, 1 assault rifle meta. If you can have 1 submachine gun player just be annoying as hell, damn near barrel stuffing for every kill, pause, and the other submachine gun player play just a bit ratty, hitting flanks, and essentially being the one keeping the enemy team guessing. And for that AR player, it's pretty straightforward, just holding down lanes and trying to keep the enemies from influencing the spawn so much, except for the map Alley. For that map, I recommend 2 ARs and an SMG, or maybe even 3 ARs. Number 3, speaking of Alley, take advantage of those 3rd story spots on Alley. Whoever has control over those 3rd story spots on top hookah or top grocery has all the leverage, especially in the domination game mode. If you have players on both, you literally have the entire map covered. One downside though is it is super predictable and that it's often the first spot people look for enemies. So try to be unpredictable when hanging out on top of grocery and hookah and you will pretty much be unstoppable. Next, you're gonna want to stay close to the perimeter. In Face Off, the spawns can literally flip in seconds and every few seconds. So if you're not quite knowledgeable on the spawns, it's best to stay on the edge of the map to gain intel on enemies and essentially set yourself up to win gunfights and relay information by your teammates. Let's take a short break and talk about my guys over at Waves Customs. Use Waves Custom Inits for the gym, playing and recording music, and of course gaming. Get Waves fitted for your ears only just by scanning your ears with your smartphone, both iPhone and Android. These are some of the best in-ear headphones I've ever used. They offer a damn good product for a one-of-a-kind experience. Check these guys out. It'll be the first thing down in the description. Now let's get back to these last 5 tips and tricks. Next, this is one of my favorite ones. In Domination, do not hesitate to triple cap. These games end pretty fast, and having all the flags for a short period of time could be the difference between a W and an L. I'm not saying force the triple cap. You will still have to be strategic in capturing and holding all 3 flags. For some more advanced players, if you have a party of 3, simply just have each one of your teammates cover 1 flag. This is absolutely dangerous, and most players do not expect you to triple cap because in traditional domination, players only tend to hold 2 flags. Next, use the cast-off 7.62 as your AR. I do understand the TAC-56 is the go-to AR in Modern Warfare 2, but the fact that Face Off is so fast-paced, I recommend the 7.62 for mobility. This is an unpopular opinion of mine, but I think the 7.62 is stronger than the TAC-56 because of the mobility. There is a reason why you aren't able to use the 7.62 in competitive and ranked play. Everything else is almost identical, such as fire rate and accuracy, but I can't stress it enough, Face Off is very fast paced and you will thank me later. Next, have one player in kill confirm, not worry about confirming or denying. This one isn't so cut and dry, but let me try to explain this thoroughly. Preferably the player that is using an AR, have them pretty much continue to hold down lanes while the other two players focus on the objective while getting kills as well. This also helps if that person is a good communicator, letting you know where the enemies and tags are. Not saying have them camp in the spawn and not confirm any tags at all, but essentially be the backbone of the team and fill in the gaps when teammates go down, but return back to holding down lanes when your teammates spawn back in. Next, use smoke grenades. The smoke grenade can be used either defensively or offensively by blocking the line of sight. Obviously, you can either create a smoke screen for yourself and your teammates to move relatively safely through an area, or deny an enemy line of sight and force them into a less advantageous position. It can also be used as a stall tactic, but once again, with how fast-paced this really is, I don't recommend using smokes as a stall tactic, but it can definitely throw the enemy team out of system. This next one is pretty obvious, but communicate. Even when you aren't playing with the squad, obviously some form of communication is absolutely huge. Obviously, using a mic is the best way to coordinate and will be pretty much essential, but if that isn't an option for whatever reason, at least use the ping system to give some sort of information to your teammates. And lastly, avoid laser attachments. I know lasers usually help with ADS speed, which can absolutely be beneficial when you are playing a fast-paced game mode like Face Off. But a lot of laser attachments are visible to enemies, which does put you at a bit of a disadvantage. So instead, I do recommend taking advantage of tuning to maximize your ADS speed if that's the approach you want to take, because weapon tuning is available in Face Off. If you know of any more tips and or tricks that can help you improve your Face Off game, feel free to go ahead and drop them down in the comment section. If you made it to the end of the video, I greatly appreciate it. Thank you for sticking around. If you like what you see, if you like what you hear, consider subscribing, liking, and sharing the video. I upload 2 videos weekly, every Tuesday and Friday, so it'll be dope to have you back for more Call of Duty content and overall gaming content. All y'all take care, and I'm out.